Today I'm going to paint some really loose and just easy flowers and mostly roses and leaves. And I'm using Sennelier watercolor and Daniel Smith watercolor, mostly Primatex. Primatex are these beautiful paints that have real minerals in them. They are sourced and they have things like amethyst and zoisite, which is a mineral that's absolutely gorgeous. And when the paint's dry, you can see the granulation and you can see the little sparkly pieces of crystal in the actual painting, which is beautiful. And it kind of makes the painting magical. So there are real crystals in this painting, which makes it really fun. I'm also using Fine Tech Artist mica watercolors. They are my absolute favorite metallic watercolors besides the Daniel Smith. And I mix them in with my Daniel Smith and my Senneliers. You can see them on the right hand side. They're gorgeous. They look like eyeshadow actually, which is kind of great, but I've never used them as eyeshadow before. But they just are so pretty, and when they dry they're even prettier. I love these. Remember, when you're painting loose flowers like this, you always want to use more water than paint, and rinse your brush off as you go outward with the petals. Get enough water on your brush so that there's only a tiny bit of paint, and you can always add more, but it's harder to take away. So use a really light hand while you're painting and you'll have the best result. I like to paint the shape of the flower and then go back in and drop the color in. And for a little bit of accent, I add some darker colors. You don't all want the painting to be all pastel and light, because then there won't be any accent or focus. If you're going to be working with light pastel colors, add some dark, add a little bit of black, or add some red, add an accent color. Make sure also to add different shapes, like polka dots or longer tendrils if you're making kind of puffy flowers, just to kind of break up the shape and the composition a little bit. There needs to be a little bit of balance, darkness with the light, to make it all evened out. I think I was using about 4 or 5 palettes of paint for this painting, and in truth, I think it only took about 15 minutes to finish. I also like to mix up the greens that I use. Instead of just using one green, try to use warm greens and cool greens, dark greens. And by warm greens, I mean like a yellowish green, and by cool greens, I mean add a little blue to your green. Mix it up so that your greens are different. I think a lot of people think about making flowers different colors, but they forget about stems and leaves and different colors of green. I'm going to let my painting dry, and here is what those mica colors look like when they're dry. They're so shiny, and they look different depending on where they are in the light, which is really pretty. This painting is for sale on my website starting tomorrow. Have a good day.